everyone. This is Kathy Mason from MasonWorks Marketing here on Conscious Business Zone with my new friend, Roger Johnsrud. Hi, how are you doing, Roger?
I'm doing great, Kathy. How you doing?
Really, really good. And I am so excited to have you on because I know I'm going to learn a whole lot in this interview because you have such a diverse career and you've really got a handle on a large overview of how to make this world a better place. You've used your training as a U.S. Navy officer, lieutenant commander. You're also a engineer. You ran a successful computer store and training center in the Philippines. I can keep going. You have a very diverse career, and now I got to meet you because of a product that I've been taking for I think 3 months now that I love. So I was so excited to have you come and explain it to all of us, so that because I can't yet. Maybe after this, I'll be able to do a good job. So Roger, tell us a little bit about your journey to the science part of human biology, and actually age reversal really is what it is.
Sure. Well, it started many, many years ago when I was joined the Navy, and when I found out that my paycheck went from a really reasonable income and back in '68 at about $250 a week, which was pretty good pay then. Got into the Navy and my pay dropped to $97 a month. I decided I need to do something different here. So I started looking into marketing, and I had a electrical background of electronics, understood it, got into the Navy in electronics. I learned electronics prior to transistor technology. We were using tube technology. Then I learned transistor technologies. And with that, the I got more involved in the electronics, and of course with marketing to try to create an income. Companies like Amway or whatever were available for people like myself that travel a lot with the Navy. We moved year after year, and so you had to get into some type of business that you could do as you move. I did own my own Radio Shack store and stuff years ago, but it was very, very difficult to be in a stable brick and mortar business industry. So I got into the health and nutrition because that is a type of business that everybody can use it any place in the world. Started to study that a little more. Then I progressed in my military career, went off to college, got my graduate, got my master's degrees in electrical engineering, and I got delved deeper and deeper into the science of why all of this stuff works. I had chemistry backgrounds, could write formulas, do all that stuff, and there had to be something beyond typical, say, chemistry or the combinations that we're used to. We're used to taking a beaker in our science classes and mixing things up. You put this chemical and that chemical, and we know that these two chemicals make something happen. And we kind of look at the periodic table charts of why the reactions do what they do. But at the same time, we're didn't really explain why and what was really making this happen. And in line of that, I've determined that we are all electrical creatures. When you break everything down, I think I'm about ready to put a science paper together that kind of proves that photons are made of two electrons that are bound exactly the right way to be able to create light out of electrons. Once you're doing that, that light is carrying the energies that moves everything around within us. And when we talk about light or photons, they don't have to be visible. They can be heat. They can be all kinds of things. So what ends up happening is no matter what technology people are using, whether they're using acupunctures, pressures, medicines, any type of function, heat therapy, sound waves, it all results in some type of an action where you are changing molecules or atom shapes. And when you do that, you're moving the structure, the physical structure of that atom around, whether it's just the electrons that are circulating the orbits or something within the atoms. But it basically breaks down to the electrons are creating everything that's happening in our bodies.
Mhm.
That led me off into this glutathione product. I had retired from the business. I figured I didn't need anything, and I'm sure glad that I got it, because you'll see my picture before and after and see me live right now. I probably wouldn't be here if I wouldn't have gotten involved with this product. So it's pretty interesting technology, and I put a short video together that shows the science of what I'm talking about, and it might help for people if they had questions or something to be able to do it. So if you'd like to show that, instead of me trying to regurgitate what I probably would forget, that would make it easier for all of us.
Okay, so here we go. And I hope the sound works very well.
This video will provide scientific evidence for the necessity of glutathione in the human body. Your health is dependent upon specific vitamins, NAD, stem cells, water, oxygen, light, sound waves, and chemical, electrical, and mechanical reactions. From an electrical engineering perspective, the whole world is made of the same thing. Molecules are made of atoms and held together by the movement of electrons in the electron cloud. First, let's look at the atom. 3 quarks make up a photon or neutron. 1 or more protons and neutrons make up the nucleus. The electron, which is smaller than a quark, travels in a cloud at incredible distances from the nucleus. If the nucleus were the size of the head of a pin, the electron would travel up to 2 city blocks in any direction from the nucleus. Where the electron is located determines the characteristics of the atom. Molecules are made of atoms. Atoms are different based on how many protons and neutrons they have. They always have the same electrons as protons. Electrons like to exist in special areas or clouds, with the outermost cloud called the valence, where things tend to happen. The first cloud wants 2 electrons, and all other clouds want to have 8. Sodium has 11 electrons with an extra one in the third or valence cloud. Chlorine has 17 electrons with 7 in the third cloud and wants 1 more. The extra electron of sodium shares with the chlorine valence, making them very stable in the salt. The body can consume the salt and break up the electron clouds, allowing sodium to be used in the sodium-potassium pump, and the chlorine to help blood carry oxygen one way and carbon dioxide the other way in the blood. Water is another very important molecule. It is made up of 2 hydrogen gas atoms, each with 1 electron in the valence, but they want 2 electrons. They are combined with oxygen gas that has 8 electrons with 6 in the valence, but it wants 2 more electrons. By these 2 gases sharing their electrons, they become a molecule of water with very different properties. Water is especially important in the body because of the ability to convert the molecule between gas and liquid, providing hydrogen for many reactions. Back to the subject of glutathione. Let's look at a molecule of glutamic acid. If the electron cloud can shift from sharing with oxygen to nitrogen, and 1 other hydrogen can break away from the cloud, you end up with glutamate. The process can be reversed by changing the valences and adding back the hydrogen. All is determined by the electron clouds or valences holding everything together. Here is a cysteine molecule. Let's duplicate it, but reverse it so we can see what happens. If you take the 2 hydrogen away, you end up with a brand new molecule where the 2 sulfur share their valences and become cysteine. Cysteine is a peptide and cysteine is a dipeptide. The process can be reversed by adding 2 hydrogen. Now let's start to build the glutathione molecule. First, take a glutamic acid and add a cysteine. If you take away the OH from one and the H from the other, they can make water or H2O. But more importantly, the 2 molecules can combine by sharing their valences. Now add a glycine. If you take away the OH from one and the H from the other,
They can make water or H2O. But more importantly, the two molecules can combine by sharing their valence. We now have the glutathione tripeptide. One reaction we can do with glutathione is to duplicate it. One is upside down to make it easier to see the connections. Once again, the two hydrogen atoms can be removed and the two sulfur will share their valence, creating glutathione disulfide or GSSG. The process can be reversed. This is the standard biological graph of some of the functions of glutathione or GSH. GSH outside the cell, GSH biosynthesis, and GSH redox. Every place you see a G, there is some form of glutathione activity. Without glutathione, your cell will cease to function in about 2.5 minutes and you will die. If you increase the concentration of GSH outside the cell, or the GSH morphs into molecules acceptable to the cell, you can increase the GSH inside the cell. Glutathione is the most studied molecule in microbiology. There are over 175,000 clinical studies impacting virtually every process in your body. It involves over 400 chemical reactions in your body. Many are necessary for life. It is soluble in water and has a net negative charge at a neutral pH, providing free electrons to complete shared valences. It has 6 hydrogen bond donor count, 8 hydrogen bond acceptor count, and 9 rotatable bond count. This means it can easily give and receive hydrogen and change between acid or base or other compounds with constantly changing valence orbits of the electrons. Every cell in your body uses glutathione, providing and absorbing electrons to make everything else work. The trick is to get the highly reactive glutathione molecule to where it is needed. Scientists have been working on this challenge for over 100 years. We have the solution.
So that gives you an idea of the science of connecting. Now, the reason why I picked glutathione, first of all, that's a product that I'm actually using to do this, but glutathione is the most studied molecule. And what all of that scientific mumbo jumbo means is that there's a lot of electrons available in glutathione and a lot of chemical bondings and breakups, and it's used in more than 400 known chemical reactions in the body. I think it's like 12 of them absolutely essential to life. You just couldn't live without the glutathione. So it's not really as much the glutathione as the technology of what they do on delivering the glutathione that I got excited with this particular company in the beginning. I saw a lot of pictures. We'll show some here or whatever before and afters and things of people, which drew my interest because it was obvious there was something going on. But when I sat down with the chemists and the scientists and looking at what they were doing, I fully understand, structured water technologies, and what they're doing is taking very, very pure water, which gives it electrical properties now, almost like little magnets and things. And so when you take those special properties and you take them down to the nanotechnology world, and when I'm talking about nanotechnology, a lot of companies say that they have nanotechnology. However, anything less than a micron, you can almost see a micron. It's about half the diameter of your hair. So you can almost see a micron. But there's 1,000 nanometers in a micron. So 1,000th of half of your hair is what we're talking about for a nano. Most nanotechnology products in the market today are in the order of about 700-800 nanometers. So they're almost the size of a micron. This technology is closer to 10 to 20 nanometers. And that's important because atoms, where you just put things together in a very basic chemical form, are around 3 nanometers. So we're talking about not much bigger than the atomic structure or the molecules themselves. They're actually the molecules themselves that are being put into this product. And that makes it, that is revolutionary. And so they can do with this technology to virtually any product. I mean, anything that you could think of, you go into the store that you would buy in a nutrition store, they have the capability to be able to nanosize that down in these very low ranges. And what does that mean? It means that, as example, glutathione, as you can see, it has so many capabilities. It's very difficult to get it in your body because it just touches your skin. It wants to react with something. And you get it in your stomach, the gut, everything just uses it for. And so the glutathione can't get past your stomach and your digestive, the gut. The liver changes things with it. It produces most of the glutathione, but it is very, very fragile as a molecule because of its high chemical and electrical reactivities. So since 1955, they've known about it. And there are a lot of great companies out there that have been trying to deliver it the best they can. Many of them with lipid type technologies where they wrap the glutathiones in oils or something, or chemical bondings like NAC or something, to try to get things get past your stomach. And then it still has to be broken down into its separate peptides and rebuilt back into the system. Even an IV that you put glutathione IVs have to be broken down, take about an hour to get into your cells. And glutathione has a half-life of about 90 minutes. So even if you take an IV shot, within an hour or 2 hours, you've got only half of that left in your body anyway. That's why a glutathione shot is not that effective. Only the rich have been able to use glutathione through the years, where been anywhere from several $100s to $1,000 for their glutathione shots, but it's only good for 24 to 48 hours. So they literally would have to come back daily. Wow. To be able to supplement the glutathione even with an IV. This technology is revolutionary. It's going to change the entire nutrition industry. So from that, I think we could probably show some pictures to give you an idea or something.
I have a question so that people can understand.
Sure.
Basically, what we're talking about is the future of well-being, of health and well-being. We're talking about using science in the way that would enhance people's lives without addiction, without a synthetic additive that your body doesn't know what to do with. This is a deliverable component for your health and well-being that's water soluble. So, right?
Right. And this is important, is that medicine means that we are taking something that you put in your body that is altering something. It's maybe let's say you've got a calcium problem, and so they're going to provide a product that inhibits calcium uptake. Okay, as example. When you do that, our bodies are a machine that from birth, we are designed to run in a chemical balance. If you think of a chemistry experiment, you know how much potassium and how much sodium you're putting together to create that reaction that creates salt. You can't, when you inject medicine, you're trying to maybe, well, I got too much sodium in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put something in that's going to absorb the sodium, and so you still get salt, but you get something else. You get another byproduct when you do this, and that unbalances our bodies when we use medicines. Now, I'm not saying don't take medicine. I mean, sometimes our body, we need to take medicines. There are times that you need to take something to intervene because something's not working correctly. But when you start using natural products, like glutathione is naturally produced in every cell in your body except for your blood, but it uses glutathione in the blood to be able to breathe. So even though we are ingesting this, the body is not seeing it as a medicine. It's seeing it as a natural product that your body uses. And we will be able to provide that capability for any type of a thing that your body needs, to put it in that natural form instead of a medicine form.
That's what I think, that bioavailable is what a lot of times they call it, where your body actually is in sync with the chemistry, just like the herbs that the ancients used. They knew exactly what to eat to create balance and create a happier, healthier life. And we're out of balance. I mean, there isn't anybody that doesn't have a highly stressful life right now. Well, you're up in Montana, so maybe not, but the rest of us, and also we're going through these big times of changes, and each day if you're watching the news, or if you're even on the fringe of the news, we're just seeing that a lot of the things that we thought were working for us may not be working for us, and so it's stressful. It's to try to figure out what the truth is and how to navigate the what's coming out. Even it causes stress, and so anything that will create a more stressless, more coherence in your body creates a way for you to be more productive and push through all of these changes, right?
Correct. And to bring up the point, one of the biggest health challenges we have today is technologically introduced, and that's our cell phones. Okay, the cell phone towers. The challenges with this is it creates frequencies. As I said, our whole body is just an electronic engine.
Yeah.
So when you take this and you put it up to your ear and you're listening to it, you are changing your structure. Okay, and cell phones we're finding are, and the towers, and especially when you get into the 5G range, which is what we're now in, and we will soon be 6G. You're literally cooking yourself. That's what it's doing. It creates nitric, RNS. These are reactive nitrogen species. A lot of people know what ROS, reactive oxygen species, because they think of things like you see metal rust, and we talk about our bodies with aging and toxifying and stuff on our body. Those are reactive oxygen species. Just you have to have them, because when just to take our food in and burn that food to be able to give energy to your cells and let your body work, the byproduct are are free radicals, especially oxygen free radicals. And they need to be neutralized. That's one of the things that glutathione can do. It can donate electrons to be able to take care of that. But nitrogen is a new problem for us, because that frequency is creating a RNS, a reactive nitrogen species, and it can only be neutralized by glutathione. It's the only antioxidant that will neutralize that. So we literally have got to have glutathione, and the technology that I'm saying allows you to get that into you. If you want, you can show, there's a video that kind of gives an idea of what it does. If you want to play that, it's about another 7 minutes, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, it's up to you. I'm the operator behind. I'm the support here. So, what do you want to go to that first?
Sure. Why don't we go ahead and do that, and then that way there will be enough information if anybody wants have any questions or anything like that, or yourself, we can build on that.
Okay. Let me get back to and that's under product.
Under your products, under the science.
Science. That's what I thought. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So let's get it so that I can. Oops. Close that one. I got lots open here.
Trying to find the details that's always a challenge.
It's all good. Here we go. So.
Hello. If I could tell you how to change your health and wealth in just a few words at no risk, would you be interested? Scientists call glutathione the master immune molecule. There are more than 150,000 clinical studies on glutathione. It is just as important for your survival as oxygen. Without glutathione, your blood cannot chemically deliver oxygen to your cells. It is the key ingredient determining how long you live, how healthy you are going to be, how fast you recover from illness, even if you are going to get sick. It impacts your life every day, physically and mentally. In fact, it is involved in more than 400 life functions in the body.
Most glutathione in the body is produced intercellularly by the liver from the amino acids cysteine, glutamate, and glycine. The challenge with glutathione is that every decade after the age of 20, your body reduces glutathione production by 10 to 15%. By the time you are 70, you have less than half the life-giving miracle in your body that you had at the age of 20. Additionally, you cannot easily replace glutathione because the stomach destroys it before it can get into the bloodstream and to your cells. As example, glutathione is the protector of mitochondrial DNA by blocking cellular mutation. We all know what happens when your cells mutate. It is responsible for how fast T cells can multiply. The faster T cells multiply, the faster they can attack bacteria, viruses, and other harmful agents in your body. Each cell in your body is attacked 10,000 to 20,000 times a day by free radicals, which strip an electron from the cell, leading to oxidative stress and cellular death. Glutathione works like a security guard, jumping in and neutralizing free radicals before they can do damage. There are over 200 industrial chemicals that can enter your body that attack your cells and DNA constantly. Glutathione works like flypaper and sticks to the bad actors and removes them from the cells. It is a chelator of heavy metals and removes poisons like mercury from the cell. The liver creates thousands of times more glutathione than other organs because it is the main organ to remove toxins from your body. Incredibly, the liver uses glutathione to detoxify itself. Many other products like vitamin C, D, E, etc. work on free radicals, but they are very specific on what part of the cell they help. Glutathione works on all forms of free radicals and their source. The difference is crucial. All other free radical scavengers can attack one target a limited number of times and cannot be recharged. Glutathione can attack all the free radicals, recharging itself as much as 300,000 times. Because the body loses glutathione every decade, it is no wonder we age, have increased illness, loss of energy, and poor mental health. The world environment, poisons, diseases, and other issues face your body and cells every day the same as when you are young. If you have less glutathione as you age, with the same free radical attacks daily, you need more external glutathione to fight the aging process. Another characteristic of glutathione is that it has a half-life of about 90 minutes. This means if you boost one measure of glutathione into your blood, you only have 50% left in 90 minutes. In another 90 minutes, half is gone again, leaving 25%. Within 24 hours, the remaining glutathione from the initial boost in your blood is virtually gone. The product I want to introduce to you is revolutionary nanotechnology. The technology allows the product to enter your blood through the skin or by swishing in your mouth like a mouthwash. As stated previously, your stomach destroys glutathione and the other necessary amino acids, which is why swallowing is not an effective delivery method. Glutathione is delivered to your blood and cells within 70 seconds. It goes to work immediately, protecting and repairing your body. You can increase the amount in your blood by taking the product more often based on the needs of your body and activity. Most of the results in the before and after pictures and the other testimonials used about a teaspoon of product anywhere from once a day to half a teaspoon before and after each hour while exercising. Additional ingredients in the spray are designed to maximize skin health. Because it works so fast, within days to weeks, the spray should be used to create early effects for you and others. This is a product you should get in the hands of everyone you care about. If you want to impact the lives of others or maybe make a little extra income, my recommendation would be to aggressively approach the aged and beauty market. That especially includes all women, beauty shops, and senior facilities. Next, I would approach the health and fitness industry, including doctors, chiropractors, gyms, athletes, and pet owners. I'm going to show you a few before and after pictures. You can find hundreds of testimonials from the company, meetings, webinars, and just plain searching the internet. The first series of pictures were the results of an individual having an encounter with a bike and car. The first option was to come back in 5 weeks or so and work out how they were going to repair the scars. A week on the product probably saved a significant amount of money in later reconstruction. The current product is twice as strong as used in this trial. The second before and after picture was 7 weeks on the product during the initial trials of the product. The third before and after picture was 8 days on the product. The last before and after picture was 3 and 4 weeks on the current product. People will have varying degrees of success, but with a 100% money back guarantee, why would anyone not want to try this product? I have not discussed the incredible results professional athletes or those with health challenges are getting. Plenty of testimonials are available if you need to look at more than a couple of faces to, quote, get it. If you do not tell your grandmother about this product and she finds out you could have provided it earlier, you may end up not being invited to the next turkey dinner. Take action and get the product for yourself or a loved one with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Ask the person who introduced this video to you to show you how to get your product free by sharing with just 3 individuals. If you want more information on the income potential, watch the short and simple marketing video. So that's gives you a full overview of pretty much the technology of it. The marketing of the products are, I just tell people, take the product and try it. I mean, you might have a picture of me on the before and after, and they can see me live here. I'm 74 years old, and I went to my doctor the other day and had an annual physical, and it's a new doctor, and she sat down and says, "Boy, your blood and everything is great for 54." And I said, "I think you misread that." I said, "I'm 74." She was shocked. So
I love it. We'll show that picture too. But I think what the thing is that we're given so many choices about what we eat and how much exercise we do and sleeping, and we're given all these choices, but not everybody takes it. And this is a pretty easy route. When you wash your face in the morning, just spray the product on your face, and then you take a cap full of the liquid and switch in your mouth. And I actually feel energized by it. I don't know if that's just my mind making that up, but I actually do feel energized. And then I usually try to take another capful in the afternoon instead of more caffeine. Or more vitamin B12. It isn't like vitamin B12. It's a different kind of energy.
Yeah, what the glutathione does is it makes everything else work better. That's really what it does. It allows your caffeines and your other things, it allows them to react by providing the electrical characteristics to let them bind and chemically react the way they're supposed to.
Right. Well, the idea of enjoying your life rather than suffering is optional, and now it's really optional, right? I mean, this is if people didn't know about this before, now they do, and that there's an opportunity to really take care of yourself in a different way and your loved ones, right?
Right. This is this will change the world, literally. I mean, the company the product has had just this initial product with the glutathione. Like I said, they're going to be making a whole slew of different products to go after different. We've got a women's product will be coming out probably around Christmas time. That is has had a double blind study. In fact, the doctors didn't even know who was getting the placebos. So it's a very, very effective study. We've got a brain product coming out shortly that will help with things for energy and brain.
Tester.
Sure. And, and like I said, these things are coming down the road. We get we've managed to get into 60 countries in the 2 years the company's been in business already. So it isn't. That doesn't happen unless stuff works.
Right.
We've got a lot of doctors. I think I've got somewhere around 50 doctors that I've got introduced into my organization itself, and
Wow.
with the company we've just got 100. I mean, we've had presentations with about 300-400 doctors that are in a presentation, and sign up well over half of them instantly. So we've got
Yeah.
literally thousands of doctors that are starting to learn what this technology can do for you.
Well, there is a video on this site that is the last URL in this series that shows a presentation, and after the presentation, doctors fighting over getting getting information so that they could sign up. So, I mean, you just don't have an opportunity like this that many times in your life to really see a pathway to vitality, and this is the time. I mean, with all these changes, I'm serious. I'm the lack of sleep or stress that people are experiencing after the lockdown is extreme. People haven't really gotten used to the new world, or they weren't prepared to be online all the time. And it's causing a lot of people to be stressed. But I imagine anyone in their 30s or 40s would benefit just as much from the amount of technology there around to benefit. It's not just for 70-year-olds, and I'm not 70. And
Well, it's for all ages. I mean, we say 18, and above. I've got grandchildren on the products, but the thing is that it's really good for athletes. Okay. Athletes get a 40 to 70% faster recovery time.
Wow.
And when you're recovering faster, you can exercise more, you can perform better. They're breaking all their records. We have a lot of athletes using our products right now.
Wow. So I love that, because I know I've been involved with a lot of frequency companies, and that's actually frequencies were used when the Chinese won all those awards in the Olympics. They
Right.
found out later that they were using a machine to help their system. So there's all sorts of technologies that are coming out now that can really change your I want to call it vitality, but it's almost more than that, because it's part of you loving yourself and loving life. It's really a different way of looking at life, at the possibilities, because that's what we're here for. I think that's what I'm hoping
Right.
to help.
When somebody says, "Oh, I use acupuncture," or "I use this wave thing," or "I use this light thing," or something, now you know that scientifically this stuff has a reason. It creates electrical interactions in your body.
Right.
We just have to figure out how to tune the right things to make that happen. That's why you go to those specialists that are good at those things.
Right. And but I love the idea also of the people that want to be active, if it's recovery time, whether they're doing qigong, tai chi, they could be doing any sorts of dance, they could be doing anything, where bicycling, where they can only do it every other day because they don't feel so good the next day, or
Right.
hiking, even where we live. You and I live in mountain country. There's that you do a hard hike and the next day you feel it, but this really can mitigate a lot of that, right?
Right. Like with myself, what I try to teach people to do, take the glutathione just before you do your performance. So like if you're a swimmer, you're trying to do a 100-meter or something like that, take that product literally a couple of minutes before you're performing. And then if you're into like long distance for marathons or something like that, you should take something about every hour, because glutathione actually will be pretty much depleted in your body in the first 10 minutes of heavy exercise.
Oh, wow.
So any excess that you might have. So taking it before gives you the boost. It's almost like eating carbs before you go do something. They try to keep you, don't eat it, but you really stuff yourself with carbs before you go do a big thing because you need that constant energy. So you take it before, take it each hour, and then take it after. So like I go jogging every day. Walking, you don't have to jog. I walk 4 to 6 miles a day usually. And when I take the product, take it before I go. And when I come back, I just take a little bit, take about a half a cupful, about a half a teaspoon, before I go, and a half a teaspoon when I come back is all you need.
That's fantastic. So I just want to add, Lizzie asked, how long have I been taking it? I think I'm on my 4th or 5th month. And I did this just in faith. Someone, Jonathan Colbert, contacted me and said, you got to try this. You got to try this. And in his case, he had a skin problem that he had tried everything. I had gotten him healers to work on himself and everything. And the spray has healed it almost completely healed his skin. So I feel lucky that I was introduced to this and introduced you, Roger, to know about this, because I wouldn't have known. Just like I don't know that anyone in my group would know. So thank you for that.
Sure. One thing I want to say, Kathy, is we are a nutraceutical company. We're not pharmaceutical.
Okay.
So we don't claim that we cure, mitigate, or treat any diseases. Okay. But we have a lot of testimonies you can come to and listen to, like Saturday mornings and things. We've got all that information available. You will find there are really some pretty incredible things. When you say that you feel like you're more aware, the brain is one of the largest users of the glutathione. Okay. And I've got some testings. You've got equipment that can see what your body looks like MRIs and CT scans and things.
Wonderful.
And we see immediate activity in the brain when you're taking the glutathione. So you're not just dreaming it. It's really working.
Well, I know that I feel better. And I know that I have more vitality. I guess I just totally trust the person that introduced me to it, and haven't seen any reason to not keep going. That's the way. But now I'm starting to wonder if I shouldn't get other people on it. That's
what I try to tell people is you have to use it yourself first.
Right.
I mean, you can't tell, here we're live, so you can kind of see what somebody looks like. You don't know, but still, pictures and things can be fake today. Statements that people make can be fake so easy today. That I just tell people, look, it's such a simple thing. Try it yourself, see what it does for you. And I recommend highly that you try to keep it for at least 3 to 6 months. Our skin is great. It changes like every 30 days. So you can see things happen pretty quick when you're doing like facial sprays and stuff like that. But your internal organs, they may take you a year or so before the cells replace themselves and that. So you need to take the product long enough to let your body get back into homeostasis.
Right. And and be empowered. I mean, this is the thing also that you can go and get vitamins, and you think you're and you try to eat right and exercise, but this is the added piece that science can help us. It can help us in so many ways. Right. So should I go ahead and show the slideshow now too?
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, I'd love to. Okay, so here we go. So, and you can tell me, okay, so I'll go for it. The science between health and wellness. Right.
And we pretty much covered that. And this is a video also that's on the website. So the one that we played, so you can see that.
Well, I wanted to go through this a little bit because I do structured water, I filter water, and I do all this. And I don't know why people don't really know to drink more water. Why do you think
water is incredibly important? Our body is 70-80% water. So everything is in there. One thing I want to let you know is a little bit of a misnomer. Even though this glutathione is soluble and stuff like that, this technology uses a very structured, very, very purer than pharmaceutical grade water. And it's designed to It's designed to, it's a reaction actually between the molecules in the water. And what we do is we get it down to the individual molecule and wrap it with this structured type water into it. So when it gets in your body, it looks like water. So
Right.
it just goes every place. So you can't, you can't take our product and say take another product and mix into it. That's not how our product works. Our product is actually a molecular structure that is created in a reactor in about a 20 millionth of a second. Okay, where the bindings are done. So a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people and say, wow, this would be great if I take this and I put this and pour it in there. That's not going to work. What we will do is we're working on processes for different products and things like that, which will take the molecules that you really do need, and we will put them with that structured reactor process to create that reaction to put it together. Otherwise, it's just product floating, and then it's not going to go subliminally into your body, and you're going to swallow it. And of course, depends upon whether that product goes through your body. A lot of products usually don't. Your stomach is, your gut really works on getting rid of just about anything it comes into it, turn it into something else.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think that's really important, is that the idea of the ease of use, that it's a liquid form, spray, or a capful, or half a capful, and that
And
it,
that capful you take, you swish like a mouthwash, very gently in your mouth, not a vigorous one. Just gently hold it, and you'll get billions of glutathione molecules will enter your
yeah,
body.
that's great. Okay. So, and then this is a chart about how our levels decrease as we age.
Right. What happens is as we age, our glutathione production starts to drop off from around the age of 20, and it falls off at a pretty known chart across, as we measure the glutathiones in the body. And as we age, our stresses, our oxidative stress increases in our body from other things. We're getting older, things don't work as good, our cells aren't good. And notice where they cross. There's a cross where all of a sudden you don't have enough glutathione to overcome stress. That's why when we hit an age around 60 or so, we become seniors, all of a sudden your body seems to fall apart. It's because you can't repair it fast enough. You can't take care of what's happening in your body. This allows us to keep boosting the glutathione and keep it up with the oxidative stress. And I don't call it an anti-aging, I call it an age reversing product.
Oh, wow.
Because it literally changes your cells from what they were to better cells over time.
Cool. Secret weapon, no more. It's not a secret anymore. Okay, so this was in the other, but when you get a
Right.
chance to look at it.
Sherry was one of the first people before we actually had our product in the current form that you can buy it today. And within 7 weeks, she had these changes. And we weren't really doing beauty products, but she was spraying the regular swish and spraying that for a while. And then they decided, my gosh, we got to start doing something. So they added a few things for the skin, like hyaluronic acid, that to help the skin.
Wow, that's remarkable. That's less than 2 months, right?
It was 7 weeks. Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
7 weeks.
That's huge.
And then this is myself. Now, what I did is I deliberately cut down the resolution of my picture, because the picture that I took off my driver's license was also a lower resolution. So I tried to make them as fuzzy together, identical, by reducing the pictures down. But the main thing is, you can see there's weight loss, there's inflammation loss, the eyes. One of the things that I find is noticeable with everybody taking this glutathione, your eyes start to open up more. You're more aware. You can tell your soul is like alert. Okay, it changes rather radically. And that was a 4-month change.
Wow, that's great. That's great. And you can see you now, it's even improved even more.
Yeah.
And
These,
I don't know how to make it bigger. I'm sorry to say.
oh, that's okay. But this just gives you an idea of things that have happened. And most of these are 3 to 4 months across the change. The bottom left is rather quickly. She paid a lot of attention to the esthetician, and she only 22 years old, I think, and it worked she had major significant differences. And once again, if you just pretty much just look at the eyes of people, you can see how they pretty much change. And you can see from the skin and stuff, it works. I sprayed my left hand. I did not spray my right hand. And all my spots and things kind of went away in about 4 months. And another month later, they went away on the right hand. So the stuff internally worked to the external too. So you just gonna take a little bit longer for, from the inside out. But we're basically targeting the largest organ, the skin. At the same time, you can target internally for the organs that wouldn't normally get this from a spray.
Wow. Wow. And when you look at these people, like this gal had acne on her chin, and people go through their whole lives with acne scars and everything, and it looks like it's almost gone. And
when
wow.
he had, I can tell you that I've got the originals of this, and they won't even let me show them, but his entire face looked like the bottom around the lip when he started.
Wow.
So it's and once again, we don't claim to cure acne. These are pictures of an individual that had an issue. Okay, and these are results that you have.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Yeah. It's quite remarkable. I don't know that I should have taken before pictures. I didn't. So I don't know. I can't tell on me. It's same old for me, I think, but
Well, a lot of us think that I have an individual that he looked good. He's in his 40s and he didn't have a challenge. And I got a call this morning that he's went to a Chamber of Commerce meeting last night, and he called this morning and says, he says, I didn't notice anything, but everybody said, what are you doing? It's just so that's one reason why I try to tell people, fill out a health chart of what your condition is before you take this. Take some before pictures, because you won't recognize. I didn't know the changes in myself, to tell you the truth. Somebody said, have you got a before and after picture? I said, well, I didn't take any before pictures. I said, well, I got my driver's license, and I just got my driver's license in April.
Oh.
And so I knew it was, I started taking the product in June. So I knew that that was a very current picture. Okay. And when I pulled that driver's license and looked at it, I said, I don't think they're going to let me on an airplane. TSA is not going to let me pass through.
Well, yeah, they'll wonder, are you the real Roger? Yeah. Well, but the thing is that so much of this is the thirst and love of life that you regain when you get your faculties increased, I guess, or back, if you want to say return. At least in my case, I've found I'm much more productive than I'd been. My attitude's different. You can think clearly. You're empowered. And that's why I wanted everyone to know about it, is that I'm so happy with it.
Yeah, I think you're freezing out, or maybe you're, oh, there you go. You're still in.
Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. So anything else that you want to share for the audience, the best way to reach you?
No, as you were saying, you just need to try it, do it correctly. I've had people get this and drink the bottle. That's not the way it's supposed to be done. You're supposed to swish with it. It didn't hurt them. Okay. But it's kind of an expensive drink. I mean,
yeah.
If you're going to drink the whole bottle at one time, it's very inexpensive. It's very inexpensive compared to competition. We're about a third of the closest competitor in price, and about, I'd say, at least an order of magnitude 10 to 100 times more effective.
Well, I'm excited to hear about the other products. I mean, certainly the brain products. I take a bacopa, which is an Indian herb, every day. So I look forward to seeing what's in that product, because that is important.
I'll be adding that probably within the week to your website. You'll be able to see what's coming. You'll be under the product.
Beta tester?
It'll be under the product. They've already done some double blind studies and things and got the results. We're now tweaking ingredients, and of course it becomes a legal issue. Some countries won't let you have, let's say we're going to put ashwagandha into the product or something, and maybe some country says they consider it a drug. Okay, well, we want to produce our products that are worldwide, so we'd have to come up with something might do the same thing or something that maybe we'd have to use a
Rhodiola.
different combination or something. So
Yeah.
so that's where we're at right now is the time delay delivery of the product is not manufacturing, it is literally compliance across all of our markets.
Wow. Wow. Well, thank you so much. And I'm excited. I hope everyone goes to the website that's in the link. It's easier to just click on the link than it is to read it all out because it's real long. But we really hope that you'll at least educate yourself on this possibility and test it out. You know, you can do kinesiology, test yourself. Your body knows what it needs. And I'm just
Correct.
so lucky that someone loved me enough to
Sure.
introduce me. That's all I know. So thank you so much, Roger. And
Thank you, Kathy.
yeah,
It's great talking with you, and hi to everybody, and enjoy your lives.
yeah. Thank you.
Bye
Thank you
bye
very
now.
much.
Mhm.
Bye for now. Bye for now.